Hello students, today we are going to discuss introduction of integration. So before discussing integration further, let us remember one thing, that integration is reverse of differentiation. This is main tagline of this topic, because there are so many operations, so many processes in integration which we should not do, or we should not perform. So for all those don'ts, only one reason is there, that integration is reverse of differentiation. When you do integration of any uh, function and you obtain any other function, so the derivative of that function should be the previous one. So that is why this line is very important. Integration is reverse of differentiation. Now basic terminology of integration is, if we write capital F of x is equal to integral of small f of x dx. So here x is variable of integration, f of x is integrand. Integrand is the function whose integration has to be done, and this is the sign of integration. And finally this capital F of x is called integral. Like when we do differentiation we get derivative, similarly when we do integration we get integral. Now the meaning of differentiation is to break down. Similarly meaning of integration is to sum up. That is why it is reverse of differentiation. So from sum up we have picked the letter S, and this elongated S is the sign of integration. That is why some mathematician write symbol sigma as symbol of integration. In some books integration symbol of integration is sigma. Now integration is basically of two types. One is indefinite integration and second is definite integration. When integral sign is without limits, that is called indefinite integration, and when it is with limits it is called definite integration. So this thing which we have to keep in our mind. So definite integration is practical form, so this we will discuss later on. One very special note is there, when we differentiate any function, let f of x, with respect to another variable, say dz, so this thing is meaningless in integration. It is worthless, it is absurd. Now why? Because integration means, geometrical meaning of integration means area under the curve. And if I draw the graph of f of x, so obviously there should be x-axis, y-axis, and this is the area represented by this. If I integrate f of x with respect to dz, that means I am finding the area of f of x with respect to variable z, which is meaningless. No, because there can't be area of f of x with respect to variable dz. Similarly, integration of any other function with respect to any other variable is meaningless, whether it is x, y, or any other variable. Next thing is technique of integration. Integration can be done by three ways: by substitution, by partial fraction, and by parts. Now when I say in technique of integration, so substitution is most important technique of integration, because substitution is widely used in partial fraction and by parts also. So if we learn substitution we can have a big hold to integration. But before learning these techniques of integration, let us discuss first thing, which is integration as antiderivative. This we can say is zero type of integration, because there are so many don'ts of integration which we learn by this antiderivative technique. Moreover, there are limited rules or formulae of integration which we will use in this technique. So we will explore our mind very much. So rules of integration are few. Integral is distributive over addition as well as subtraction. That means it splits over addition and subtraction. If a constant is multiplied, then constant can be brought outside the sign of integral and integration of only f is there. Then power rule is there, x raised the power n, it is x raised the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1, where n is not equals to minus 1. This is very important. Again, one note is there, derivative of x is 1, derivative of x plus 2 is also 1, derivative of x plus 3 is also 1. But if we do integration of 1, this gives x only. The constant which was being added, we can't get that constant back, so we put c to represent that constant, which is called constant of integration. This is very important in indefinite integration, that we should put plus c when we integrate any function. So this is called constant of integration. Now next, formula of integration. So there is I'm not writing any specific formula, because all the formulas of derivatives in reverse order can be used as a formula of integration. Like if someone asks what is the integral of 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, so don't think what is the integral of this, think this is the derivative of which function. So answer is sine inverse x. This is derivative of sine inverse x, so its integration is sine inverse x plus c. Similarly, what is the integral of 1 by x? So just think whose derivative is 1 by x, so answer is log x. Similarly, what is the integral of a raised the power x? Now derivative of a raised the power x is a raised the power x into log a. Log a being constant can be shifted to the left hand side, so integral of a raised the power x is a raised the power x upon log a. Integral of e raised the power x is e raised the power x, no change. Now integral of sin x, obviously derivative of cos x is minus sine, so integral of sin x is minus cos x, minus is shifted. Now what is integral of sine 2x? So obviously integral of sine 2x is minus cos 2x. In derivative we used to multiply with 2. In integration we will divide this by constant, but this rule is made for only constant. We can't use this rule in variable. Similarly, integral of cos x. So think whose derivative is cos x, answer is sin x, so integral of cos x is sin x. Similarly, integral of secant square x, it is tan x, and so on. So all the formula of differentiation we will use in reverse order. Now some don't of power rule, like in differentiation we can use power rule anywhere, like sine cube x can be differentiated with the help of power rule, like 3 sine square x into derivative of sine x, which is cos x. But we can't apply this step in integration, like sine cube x can't be integrated with the help of power rule, like sine raised to the power 4 upon 4 into derivative, say in denominator or something else. This can't be used. So right now power rule can be used in a limited way. When we will explore integration further, then we will find a way where power rule can be used with any function, but right now it should be used in algebraic function only, especially polynomial function. Again, in power rule 3x plus 4 whole raised to the power 6, here we can apply power rule. It is 3x plus 4 whole raised to the power 7 upon 7 into derivative of base, which is 3, in denominator. And you should always check when you are learner in integration, you should always check your answer, that whether you are getting back the function when you differentiate the answer. Like if I differentiate this expression, I will get back to my question. Now secant square 2x, again secant square 2x is tan 2x upon derivative of 2x, which is 2. But if I use this technique in secant square of x square, then result is not true, like secant square of x square is not equal to tan of x square upon derivative of x square, which I have used here because derivative of 2x is constant, so I have used. But if derivative of this angle is variable, then I can't use this technique um, to write integral of this. Now again I will use my knowledge of trigonometry formulae, which can be, because there is no product rule or quotient rule in integration. This is very very important. There is no product rule or quotient rule in integration, so that is why we have to use our basic knowledge of class 11th 10th 9th, maybe some lower class knowledge, whatever maths we have learned. If there is any technique which is converting product into sum or difference, we will use, like sine 4x into cos 3x, I will multiply divide by 2. This is 2 sine a cos b expression, so it is sine a plus b plus sine a minus b, so product is split into sum. Now integration can be done very easily, and result is minus cos 7x upon 7, and integral of sine x is minus cos x plus c. Similarly sine square x, so if there is sine 2x, there is no problem, sine 4x, there is no problem, but exponent is problem because I can't apply power rule here. So I will use cos multiple angle formula. Sine square x is 1 minus cos 2x whole upon 2, half I will take common or outside the sign of integral. Integration of 1 is x, as derivative of x is 1. Similarly integration of cos 2x is sine 2x upon 2. Again sine cube x, for sine cube x I will recall the formula of sine 3 theta. This is 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta, so sine cube theta is 3 sine x minus sine 3x whole upon 4. So integral I is symbol of integral, so this is putting the value of sine cube x, and then integral of sine x is minus cos x, and sine 3x is minus cos 3x upon 3. So this was just introduction of integration, where we have learned how basic formula of differentiation can be used in reverse order, and what are don'ts of integration. So that's it, that's all for today. Take care, have a nice day, thank you.